Let me quickly introduce myself to those who are new to my broadcast. My name is Dr. Princess Fumi Hancock. People call me your life strategist or America's Global Vision Midwife. And so when you are on my broadcast, what I essentially do is I help you to gain clarity in your vision. Hey, Power Network TV, welcome. And as a vision midwife myself, I know how difficult it can get when you're trying to kind of put your finger on a pulse to understand what your vision or your passion is about. So yesterday, right, I live in, those who know me know that my home is in Nashville, Tennessee. But for the past months now, I've been living in Saudi Arabia. I actually believe that I was called to this area. I didn't quite understand why, but I knew that it was something that I had to relocate just for briefly to be here in Saudi Arabia. And so in Saudi Arabia, I'm currently working an educational contract in Saudi Arabia right now. And I tell you, it's a different world, right? It's a different world. It's primarily a Muslim country. But what is so significant, hello. Hey, Janice, how are you, my dear? What is most significant about me being in Saudi Arabia is the sisterhood. I mean, pure, unadulterated sisterhood that I found in a Muslim country. I want us to sit on that for a second. Kim, welcome, my dear. Welcome. The pure, unadulterated sisterhood that I found in Saudi Arabia. And this has been a journey. It's truly been a journey for me, right? When I was in college, let me say this. When I was in college, I was in college at the age of 15, 16. I actually started college. Mustafa, welcome, very, very early. And I was in college in Africa, in Nigeria, Africa. And I remember, sisterhood in Saudi Arabia. I clearly remember I was studying English studies. And there was something in me, in my second year, something in me prompted me to go and study Islamic. And so I found myself, okay, Facebook is acting up right now. I found myself studying Islamic. And I found myself studying it for a year. And people around me, you know how people ridicule you, they bully you, they make fun of you. And I clearly remember people were making fun of me like, you're a born-again Christian, what are you doing? What are you doing in an Islamic class? And the truth is, right, I couldn't even tell them why I was there. Let me reset my Facebook because it's acting up right now. I really want the people on my Facebook to get this thing that I'm talking about. Hey, how are you? Okay, who am I talking to? Hey, Kali, how are you, my dear? How are you? I don't know what's going on with my Facebook, but please just hold on. Bear with me for a second. I want to reset because I really want those who are on my Facebook to hear this. I think that this message is going to really bless you. Oh, you're new. Welcome. Thank you for joining. Thank you. Please continue to invite. I think this is going to really bless somebody. There's someone on my broadcast today that what I'm about to share is going to change you. It's going to really, truly change the way you view life and the way you see life and the way you do things. It's going to really change you. All right? And so, let me quickly reset. My name is Dr. Princess Fumi Hancock. People know me as your life strategist and America's Global Vision Midwife. So, Global Vision Midwife. Let me say something a little bit about that Global Vision Midwife. When I was dubbed Global Vision Midwife, I didn't even understand what it was. Right? And Amanda, welcome. Mega, welcome. But this is what is funny about it. The more I kept telling people that I was a Global Vision Midwife, the more I kept attracting clients, attracting people that needed work in that area of vision. And many of us do need work in that area of vision. I was one of them. I needed work in it. So I was sharing with you how I found true sisterhood. I think I'm going to leave Facebook for now because it's acting out. I found true sisterhood in Saudi Arabia. And so when I was in college, when I was younger, I just sensed in my spirit that I needed to attend Islamic religion for 1 year. And people were laughing at me. Kids like myself were laughing. They didn't understand what is a Christian doing in an Islamic class. And when you're young like that, you have people that that's what they live for, to just make fun of you. They live to make you miserable. They live to make you feel like you're nobody. And I clearly remember that people would just continuously, just bully me. And I would come out of the Islamic class and they would just surround me laughing like, what are you doing in an Islamic class? You are a Christian. What are you doing? And the thing is, right, I didn't even understand, right? I didn't understand why I was in that class. But I felt in my spirit that I needed to be in that class. So I took the Islamic religion class for 1 year in college. And I'm telling you, it opened my eyes to a lot of things. That doesn't mean I changed into a Muslim. I'm still a born-again Christian, right? But it opened my eyes to a lot of things. Okay, 40 years into the future, which was last year, right? I wrote a book. And the book is called Quit Your Job in 90 Days, right? So I wrote this book, and lo and behold, people began to read the book. And before I knew it, the book ended up in London. And when it ended up in London, there were people that read it and said, oh, we've got to bring her to London. I want you to hear this. Somebody on this broadcast is getting ready to be set free. You need to listen, all right? And somebody in London got a hold of it and said, we've got to bring her to London. Okay, so they worked it all out. Before I knew it, I was in London. Guess what I was teaching on? Quit Your Job in 90 Days. Guess who I was teaching it to? Then they put me in one of the biggest. It's called O2 in London. Go and Google it. It's a beautiful place. Incredibly beautiful place. Big, bold place. They put me up there. And before I knew it, that was where the event was. And guess what? Guess who I preached to or talked to or taught or trained, whatever you want to call it, is a group of Muslim women all over the world. Oh, somebody's getting ready to be set free tonight. All over the world. Apparently, they converge in London once a year. Once a year. Under a women expo called Savarai Women Expo. In that women expo, right, then I found my brand, the Princess of Suburbia, was licensed, right, to a fashion designer. Guess what? The fashion designer ended up in this women's expo. And so I went there to help to launch my fashion design, right, my designs, because I licensed my name out. I licensed my brand out. Then, on the other end, right, that same organization invited me to come and speak. So there I was in London in front of Muslim women from all over the world. India, London, I don't know, all over the world. And I sat there and I said, my goodness, this was why God, right, had me, this was why God had me do what I did when I was in college. This was why God had me do what I did when I was in college. God had me in that Islamic class so that I could understand and be empathetic about the whole religion, so that I do not become judgmental, but that I can show Christ without putting anybody down. And so there I was in the midst of all Muslim women from all over the world. And I'm standing there teaching. And I remember turning on the presentation. I did not go beyond slide 1. Somebody hear me right there. I didn't go beyond slide 1, which says, quit your job and ideas. I didn't go beyond that because they are first guarded, right? They were in their hijab, abaya, they were guarded. And as soon as I began to speak, there was a release in the room. And before I know it, it became a debate. It became a discussion about women. It did not become a discussion about religion, but it was a discussion about women, about the women needs, about women empowerment, about how we needed to have solidarity, sisterhood. And my God, I ended up finding a group of sisters in London, and today we're like this. Are you hearing me? We're like this, and then they said, "Oh, we have to bring you back. We have to bring you back." So leave that alone, right? And then I come back to America and I began to pray, like, okay, what is all this? I'm trying to understand. Why are you turning me towards the Islamic, why are you towards my Muslim sisters, my Muslim brothers? So, 8 months later, hey Andrea, 8 months later, an opportunity came. And the opportunity, guess what, was to come to Saudi Arabia. Somebody listen to me today. I'm teaching you that our God cannot be boxed. If you want God to bless you, then you have to break out of your box. If you're looking for God to really use you, then you can say, Father, use me, but this is the only way you can use me. You can tell God, right, this is how you need to use me. And so when this Saudi Arabia opportunity came, I started scratching my head like, here's the thing. The Saudi Arabia opportunity came through somebody, right? Through somebody that I had not met. Hear me, ladies and gentlemen. It came through somebody that I had not met. And that person called me up, right? Somebody introduced her to me over a year ago. She told me that she wanted to write a book. And she said she knew that I was an author who also helps others to write a book. So she came to me, she said, well, I want to write my own life book. I said, oh, okay, I can help you. So she was gone for a year. She never came back again. Then after a year, she came back and she said, look, she said, Princess, I still want to write that book. But I've been watching you. Hear that word today. I've been watching you. And there's this opportunity in Saudi. Would you come? So I sat back and I said, okay. I've thought of Dubai before, right? I've been to Dubai before. I've trained in Dubai before, but Saudi Arabia, that's a different beast right there. I've never been there before. She said, don't worry. I'll walk you through it. When God is ready to turn your life around, when God is ready to shift you, when God is ready to take you to the next dimension, He will use anything and anybody that is available. Hear that? That's a word for somebody right here. When God is ready for you, He doesn't matter who you are. He's going to use whatever, however, anything that He can use to turn you around. And so He used this lady, and this lady held my hand, blessings, held my hand, and began to teach me all the things that I did not know about Saudi Arabia. And she taught me, it was within 3 weeks. There were things I needed to do. There were classes I needed to take. Never mind that I have a doctorate. There were still classes I needed to take. There were things I needed to do. She walked me through everything. Never met her like this. Never met her like this. This was on phone. This was on Facebook. And walked me through everything. And within 2 weeks, she walked me through everything. She told me where to go put my resume. She told me everything. So I put everything there. And within a week, bam, The same people that she talked about called me. Within that same week, bam, I did the interview. I mean, watch what God is doing. There are times, there are people in our lives that we're expecting them to bless us. Yeah. Maybe they were meant to bless you and they choose not to do it. But understand this. If they choose not to do it, God will open up another door. God will use somebody else. God will use somebody else. Don't worry. God will use somebody else. Please do share. Please invite your followers. And before I knew it, I did my interview with a set of people on the phone. Within 24 hours, they turned around and said, "You got the contract." Are you hearing me? Did you all just hear what I said? Within 24 hours, they turned around and said, "You've got it. Now, do you want it?" So I sat there saying, "Oh my God, okay." You know how you pray for something and then you get it? Then you start looking for every excuse under the sun not to do that thing? Yeah, I got it. I was right in that space, because after they told me that I got it, then I had to start saying, pedaling back like, do I want to leave my husband? Do I want to leave my children? How about this? How about that? How about my business? As they're putting roadblocks in my own self, myself was putting roadblocks. So I said to myself, okay, let me talk to my husband, because if I talk to my husband, I know he's going to have concerns. And then that way, I won't do the contract. So I called my husband and I said, well, I got it. He said, oh, congratulations. I said, no. He said, I'm going to miss you, but we'll find a way of meeting. Congratulations. And I said, okay. So I said, okay, let me, putting roadblocks on my own self. So I said, did he just say congratulations? Okay, let me go to my children. I know my children will say no. I just know they will say no. I know they're going to say no. Saudi Arabia, mommy, no. So I called my children up, because they are all over, they're spread all over the U.S. I put them on a Skype and I said, oh, I have news for you guys. Well, I got this thing in Saudi Arabia. And they said, oh, congratulations, mommy. I said, Okay. I said, this is the time that you guys can say no, it's okay. And they said, no, we're not going to say okay. Congratulations. So I said, oh my Lord, did they just say congratulations? So I said to myself, okay, let me do one more thing. Now, I know my daddy, Prince Theophilus Ademola. He's one that if everybody is going north, this brother will say, consider south before you go north. He's just that one person that say, is a reason, somebody that reasons. And if you want to hear the truth, if you're not wanting to hear the truth, don't go to him. If you know what I mean, that kind of person. That he will always tell you, well, let's consider this first before you go there. So I said, okay, if I call him, I just know that he's going to say, consider this before that. So I called him up and I said, Daddy, I got this thing in Saudi, and what do you think? Oh, congratulations, that's awesome. This is the season in your life that you need to do that. God is going to do something about this. I'm like, damn. Nobody can say no. Where can somebody say no and stop me from this foolishness? This is me talking now. Can somebody, anybody, at this point, I needed somebody to say no. And nobody, not in my family, not friends, nobody said no. So I knew there that it was time to go. Hello, my dear, hello, right? I knew it was time to go. So I said, okay, I guess I better go pack up now and go, because nobody said no. Nobody tried to stop me. Nobody tried to say, I said, okay, God, this is you doing it. This is you doing it. I pack up and leave. And this is how I ended up in Saudi Arabia. Now, let me tell you what God has done in Saudi Arabia. Let me tell you about that. Let me say something to you. When God is ready to shift you, right? Release yourself. Release yourself and allow God to shift you. All right? Allow God to shift you. Don't shift yourself. Allow Him to shift you. And so I find myself in Saudi Arabia, and I said, the first few months, everything was tough. Sunday, I said, okay, where are the churches here? I didn't see no church here. Sunday, I'm at work. I'm like, that's different, right? So we go to work here from Sunday to Thursday. Okay, where are churches? Well, so I decided to start doing church myself in my own home, right? And things were different. But here are the things that God has been doing. God gave me favor on that campus. Are you hearing me? God gave me favor on that campus that even my foundation chair, when she goes away, she looks at me and she said, I need you to man the foundation for me. Right now, she's away. I'm manning it for her. I'm managing the whole place for her. This is what God will do. God will allow you to find favor. Favor where he puts you, he will allow you to find favor. All right. So not only that, then there was this young, beautiful Saudi lady, right? There was this young, beautiful, it's not hell for me. There was this young, beautiful Saudi lady that was part of my team. I want you to hear this. Last term, she was part of my team, right? She was part of my team. And I only had her for a few months. And then after a few months, she felt like she needed to transition to another team. So she transitioned. Okay. So last week, I want you to hear this. Last week, she nominated me for TEDxTalk. Did you hear me? Last week, she nominated me for TEDxTalk in Saudi Arabia. This black face in Saudi Arabia, she nominated me. So, listen to this now. 5 years ago, she saw me where I was waiting for my driver, and she said, Dr. Hancock, I have to tell you something. I said, what? She said, I did something, but I think you're going to like it. I said, well, what did you do? I said, yeah. I said, well, but what did you do? She said, you get to know it. So here I was 5 days ago sleeping, and I just heard in my spirit, get up and look in your email. I said, what am I? It's 11:30. Why am I looking in my email? I said, no, look in your email. So I look, and I see this beautiful letter from TEDx, Saudi Arabia, TEDx 2018, TEDx, and is it? And argh National School, right? And it says, dear Dr. Princess Fumi Hancock, you have been nominated to come and speak at TEDx. Now, this was in my bucket list, ladies and gentlemen. This speaking at TEDx was always been in my bucket list. It's been in my bucket list for years. In fact, I thought when I was in America that somebody would have nominated me so that I can be on TEDx, but it never happened. But God moved me from America, brought me to Saudi Arabia, where it would actually even be more significant, because here it is. This black face, I'm a black woman, right? I'm an African, American, Nigerian princess, right? You imagine that on a platform in Saudi Arabia. Imagine that. Imagine that. In Saudi Arabia, the very, very first African American princess in Saudi Arabia on the platform. On the platform, yes I am. And then so they said to me, okay, what topic? So they sent me this list, they sent me the things to do, right? And so I prayed, and the Holy Spirit said, I want you to teach my people how to speak their passion forward. Listen to this. Speak their passion forward. And I said, speak the passion forward. So I went to them and I said, I know what to talk about. Speak your passion forward. And they came back and said, yes, that it aligns with what their theme for the year. Well, yesterday, right? Yesterday, I was on the platform speaking, right? Speaking. All right. So yesterday, I was on the platform speaking on how to speak your passion forward. If you go on my Facebook today and go to my Facebook, Dr. Fumi Hancock, or Dr. Fumi, or Princess Fumi Hancock, you will see the images of myself and this young girl. And do you know, even though she nominated me, she too ended up on TEDx. She ended up talking on TEDx. So the two of us, you will see us on my Facebook when the driver was taking us to that place, and you will see a little, short clips of the experience. The experience was incredible. Did you all hear me? If you've never done TEDx before, put it on your bucket list. If you're listening right now, thank you. Put it on your bucket list, because it was incredible to be the very first, right? The very first black. And here's the thing. The building was big, right? There was lots of people there. And there was only 3 black people there. There was only 3 black people. And I know the other 2. There was only 3 black people, and I know the other 2, right? The other 2, right, work with me as leaders on the campus. So they came supporting and also to learn, right? And the top person was me. And so to grace that platform as the very first, right? The very first on that platform, it made it even more monumental. Yeah, in that region. Yeah, that the very first at TEDxTalk, argh National School, right, in Saudi Arabia. And so to be that first woman to actually get on that platform was so significant, right? It was significant than if I even did it in America. No, just yesterday. I just did it yesterday. I just did it yesterday. And I said, my God, was this why God brought me to Saudi? Right? Yeah, yesterday. Was this the reason why God relocated me to Saudi? What if? Let's play the what if game. What if I had said no? Right? Yes. What if I had said no? Thank you. What if I had said, right, I'd allowed those roadblocks that I put constantly? What if I'd allowed, I'm a nurse practitioner. What if I'd allowed that to stop me from coming to Saudi? What if I had changed my mind and said, I don't want to go to Saudi because my husband is there. I have my husband that I have to take care of. I have my children. I have this. I have that. The business. What if I had done that? Now, if I had done that, number one, I would have missed out on these beautiful, beautiful Muslim sisters that I now call my sisters. I would have missed out on this beautiful relationship that God has surrounded me with here in Saudi Arabia. One. Number two, I would have missed out on that TEDx talk, because I'm telling you, when I got on that podium and I looked, oh my goodness, it was just incredible. Oh, praise God, right? It was just incredible when I got on that platform and people started to cheer and just clap. And I began to speak about how to speak your passion forward, and the fact that being on TEDx was spoken forward, right? I spoke it forward. Oh, Mr. Relentless, I have not seen you in a while. How are you, my darling? I have not seen you in a while. Congratulations on your book. Congratulations on your book, babe. I saw you on Twitter today, and I think I clicked it. I clicked your book today, right? And I said, oh my God, I'm in Saudi Arabia. I'm on the platform. Ooh, we need to talk, darling. Yeah? I'm on the platform, and I'm speaking in Saudi Arabia. And I'm speaking to my Saudi Arabia beautiful sisters. Oh, I did. Oh, awesome. Let's talk, my dear. Let's talk, right? And I said, wow. God did not do it in America, but, oh, thank you. But he did it. He did it in Saudi Arabia. So when you ask God for something, don't quantify it, right? I asked God and I said, I want to do TEDx. I said, God, I desire, this is a desire of mine to be on TEDx. And then I left it alone. So when you ask God for something, don't try to say, well, God, I want it, but put it here, right? And because I left it, he knew where I needed to be. He knew the season my life was in. He knew where I needed to be. Are you hearing me? He knew where I needed to be to make it happen. And so he took me out of America and dropped me in Saudi Arabia to make this so monumental. The experience I had yesterday was a Guinness Book record experience, y'all. It was a completely Guinness Book record. And here's the thing, the people on my campus did not know who I was, right? I came into Saudi Arabia as Dr. Stephanie Hancock, that was it. So yesterday was the first time, and they started Googling me, like, wow, this is who this woman is, oh my God. And they started Googling because they were shocked. They were shocked when they saw me, when they saw me on the platform. I was completely transformed. And then when they saw that, you need to go to my Instagram, go to Facebook and my Instagram to see the thing. You're laughing, right? To see what I'm talking about. And so they were like, huh? And then when they started saying princess, and they were like, oh. They were like, what in the world? They were so shocked. And so when I went to the campus this morning, everybody was like, Your Majesty, Your Majesty, Your Majesty. I said, oh, Lord. So everybody was like, Your Majesty, Your Majesty, Your Majesty, Your Majesty. I was like, oh, my God. This is why I didn't call myself princess when I came in. So it was just, if you don't have TEDx in your bucket list, put it, right? If you are watching me right now, put TEDx on your bucket list. Put it there. God will do it. He will do it. You know, and the thing is, you don't even know what they need, right? You don't know what they need when you're writing it. When you're watching other people do it, you don't know what. That's why you need to pray it up, right? I didn't either. Mr. Relentless, I did not either. But now I can give you clues. I can give you some clues now. Trust me, I can give you clues. Yesterday on Facebook, I talked about some clues. I talked about some things that I learned from this. Put it on your bucket list. And one of the things that I learned, I'm going to give you one clue right now. One of the things I learned about TEDx is innovation. I'm going to give you one clue right now, Mr. Relentless. Innovation. So that when you are crafting your topic, listen to this now. When you are crafting your topic, they don't want something that everybody has done. They don't want something that everybody has done. Do not craft a topic about your book. Do not craft a topic about your business. Don't craft a topic about the master classes that you do. They will never pick you. Yeah, they won't pick you. If you do that, they will not pick it. Okay? Number one. Number two. When you are crafting your topic, find something, because here's the thing. Hello, my dear. There is nothing new under the sun, right? You all know there's nothing new under the sun. But what you can do is take two ideas that are not new and merge them together. And when you merge them together, you're going to get something unique and something fresh. Is Mr. Relentless still there? I hope he's still there listening to me, Mr. Relentless. I hope he's still there. Right? So when you take two things that are not necessarily, you're there, okay, awesome. That are not necessarily unique, and then you bring them together. Here's what I did with mine, okay? I said my topic was how to speak your passion forward. All right? Passion is nothing new. Speaking is nothing new. But what I did was I took those, I merged them together, and I wove them in storytelling. Did you catch that? I took passion, I took speaking, and I wove them together with storytelling. And so what I did was, my sentence was how to speak your passion forward, right? People can also say, oh, how to find your passion. How to find your passion is boring. Just boring, right? How to find your passion is boring. Boring. And for me, I have a master class that is passion plan, but I dare not go there, right? But I still wanted it to be a core of who I was, which is I'm a vision midwife. This is what I do. So I wanted to pick a topic that when I get on the stage, I don't have to look at my slides. I can just roll with it because, right? Oh, thank you for doing that, right? So I can just roll with it. And so what I did was I said, okay, passion. Okay, passion is good. Speaking, that's what I do. So I blend it together. And so I said, how to speak your passion forward. And then what I now did was, and I said, how to speak your passion forward using storytelling. Did you catch that? Did you all catch that? How to speak your passion forward, right? Using storytelling. And so when I sent them, after I was nominated, yes. Now, storytelling is not new, right? Don't get me wrong. Storytelling is not new. In fact, a lot of people have done TED Talk on storytelling. So if I had given them a topic on storytelling, they would not have picked it. But the reason why they were interested in mine, of course, God had a lot to do with it. But secondly, the fact that I took topics that were boring, topics that were not unique. I blended them together and I came up with something unique. So that I said, how to speak your passion, how to speak your passion forward, right? I didn't say how to find your passion. No, I said how to speak it forward, right? Using storytelling. And I'm a master storyteller. So I know that's the core. So I didn't want to deviate from who I was. So that when they start finding me on YouTube, they can find me on my master classes. They can find my master classes and find all that, right? So, hey, Puetlina, how are you, love? Right? How are you? Missed you so much. So there I was. I carved that. And in fact, I gave them 2 topics. And that was the one they picked. And they said, no. We want that because it aligns with the theme of the year. It aligns with what they're looking for. And I finally understood it because yesterday, love you too, my dear. I love you. Let's talk on Instagram. Right? And thank you for the hearts, by the way. Thank you all for the hearts. My name is Dr. Princess Fumi Hancock. People call me your America's Global Vision Midwife and a life strategist. And what I do is help you to gain clarity in your vision. And so what we're doing right now is helping you to gain clarity on TED Talk, right? Because this is what I just did yesterday. I just did it yesterday. It's still fresh in my mind. So I can help you out with it because it's very, very fresh in my mind right now. And for me, my role, hey, Andrea, welcome back, is to help you to gain clarity. So if you have been saying to yourself, I really need to be on TED Talk. If you have not thought about being on TED Talk, put it on your bucket list, okay? Put it on your bucket list. If it's on your bucket list right now and you have no clue how to do it, number 1, start to watch the videos. Start to watch videos all across board. Start to continue to consume those videos and understand the patterns of how people wrote their topic, right? Look at the patterns that they're using to write their topic. For me, what I did was I looked at it and I said, my God, okay, too many people have written on storytelling, so they're not going to pick me on storytelling. Too many people talk about passion, they're not going to do that either. People talk about speaking, they're not going to do that. So what I did was I just took those 3, I married them together. So, why am I saying this? Whatever it is that you're doing right now, don't be too focused on what you're doing right now. If you know that you really desire to be on TED Talk, you've got to take your whatever you're doing and carve it in such a way that it becomes fresh. It becomes a fresh idea. Let me see what I wrote on mine. Let me look at something here. Let me see if I can find what I wrote, and then I'll read it to you guys so that you can understand. Because I want you to get this. It will be my honor for some of you to come back and say, wow, I got on TEDx, because I'm telling you, the feeling, it's just incredible. It's an incredible experience that I don't think anybody should miss that experience. It's just an experience that, I've spoken in London, I've spoken in Africa, I've spoken all over, but that TEDx experience, I don't have words for it. So give me a second. I want to find mine so I can read it. I hope Relentless is still there. Relentless, I hope you're still there, babe. I hope you're there. So let me read mine so that you understand. You understand what I'm talking about here. Let me read mine to you. You're still there. Oh, God bless you too, Ibrahim. God bless you too. Let me read mine to you so that you can understand. Oh, you're there? Cool. Let me find mine and read it for you. Then you will understand what I did. Let me find it. Just give me a second. Fifi. Give me a second. Let me find mine. And then let's see, TED Talk. And you will understand how to weave this. So just bear with me. Let me find it. TED Talk. Welcome, everybody. Please continue to share. Continue to invite your followers. I appreciate that. Thank you. Let me find what I wrote, and then I want to read it to you so that you can understand. That's good. All right, let me see. Yeah, I think I see it. Yeah, I see it. All right. So this is what I did, right? What I did was I went on the major TED Talk. You're back. Welcome back. I went on the major TED Talk website to just get a feel for the kind of topics that are there. And so what I did for mine, here is what I did. Right? So they said topic, what is your topic? I said my category is under self-growth and self-development. That's my topic. I don't know what your category is. You have to figure out what is your category. Are you going to be talking about business, or are you going to be talking about personal growth? You have to define what your category is. Mine was self-growth and self-development. So that was my category. And then they said, well, what is your topic? What is your title? And my title is Let Your Passion Speak You Forward. Did you hear that? Passion, speak. I took those two and I said, I didn't say how to, but I said, let your passion speak you forward. That was my topic. And so they want you to explain that in one short paragraph, all right? One short paragraph, not more than 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, not more than 5 lines. Are you hearing me? Not more than 5 lines. So here is what I did. I said, storytelling is an old age concept. With storytelling, wars were averted. Storytelling brings us together. It tells the fabric of who we are, right? Less words, that's right. It is a powerful tool which can move us from where we are to where we are to be. So, and I said, Dr. Princess Fumi Hancock discusses how storytelling has landed her in places most could have ever dreamed of. With storytelling, she has spoken in front of political heads, been in Hollywood, won credible awards, and been given an amazing life. She encourages even the shy ones to begin to harvest their life stories. Storytelling exposes one's passion. See? Did you see the switch? Did you see the switch? Did you see the switch? I talked about storytelling, and then when I got to about the fourth line, I switched. And I said, storytelling, right? Storytelling exposes one's passion. Remember my topic. Let your passion speak you forward. So now in the next line, right, the fourth line, I switched and I said, storytelling exposes one's passion, and it implores one to push beyond hardship to make a difference in one's community. With a stroke of pen, broken hearts are mended and destinies flourish. Alas, finish. Alas, finish. So that I left them wanting more. Did you all get that? I left them wanting more. That's another clue for you right there. Leave them wanting more. Do it in such a way that you write it and they say, what's the next thing? Thank you, right? Leave them wanting more. And so what I did with that was left them wanting more. And so you gotta figure out, number one, who you are in the core, because you want a topic that you can flow with. You don't want a topic that you have to start looking, because if you watch TED Talk, even though you have PowerPoint behind you, right? You don't necessarily, you're not located to be looking at PowerPoint. You're located to be looking at the people, right? So you have to pick a topic that you know that even if you are clicking your PowerPoint, you're looking at the people. And you only have maybe 8 minutes, maximum 10, to do this thing and do it the right way. So it's important for you, number one, pick a topic that you can speak about without having to click and look around, right? Right. Be innovative about your topic. Number two, let it be innovation. And innovation is when 2 things or 3 or 3, 4, 5 ideas come and they collide. In the middle is innovation, right? So for me, passion came, storytelling came, speaking came, and they collided in the middle. And what came out of that collision is let your passion speak you forward with storytelling. All right? So you have to sit down, really map this out and say, how does 2 or 3 ideas collide so that I can come up with something fresh, something unique? And so when they nominated me and they reached out to me with their letter, they said to me, dear Dr. Princess Fumi Hancock, let me find the letter. They said, you brought, this is what they said, you brought an idea and you made it fresh and unique that they've never heard it the way that you said it. Let me see where it is. Let me see. Okay, nomination, let's see. Okay, so they said, dear Dr. Princess Fumi Hancock, we are so delighted to nominate you to be at our upcoming event. Let your passion speak forward is an awesome idea and is tackled from a unique perspective. Did you hear that? It is tackled. I'm reading the letter to you now. It is tackled from a unique perspective. What does that tell you? What does that tell you? They want your topic to be tackled from a unique experience. I'm going to tell you this. Now that I found this, I'm going to continue to use this as a template now. Because now I pretty much have an idea now that, oh, okay, I got you now, right? I got you now. I can take this back to America and use it as a template now, right? Tackled from a unique experience. Do not forget that when you are putting your topic together, it's got to be tackled from a unique perspective. Storytelling and passion and speaking was tackled from a unique experience. And so they say, please kindly confirm if you can join the event that will be held on Monday. Right? They nominated me 5 days ago, 4 days ago. I was approved. Yesterday, I was on stage. Yesterday, I was on stage. And it was incredible. Just simply incredible. So if it's something that you know that you're desiring to do, then you need to begin to master your craft, which is bringing me to the fact that you are called to be original and not a knockoff. Can I say that again? God called you to be an original and not a knockoff. Don't be a knockoff of everybody. Even when you're watching TED Talk, when you're watching examples of it, don't be a knockoff. Right? Yes, okay, cool. Cool, relentless, cool, absolutely. Right? Well, it's going to be at least June. I'm still going to be until like June. Yeah, it's a 1-year contract. So, yeah, it's a 1-year contract. So I'll be here till June at least. Right? Do not be a knockoff. You hear me? So that's right, you're called to be original. And this is what is unique about how I carved my storyline, how I carved my topic. Unique, from a unique perspective. Do not be anybody's knockoff. They don't want you coming as a knockoff. They don't want you to look at other TED Talk and then come up with something similar. Do not be a knockoff. God called you an original. Be an original. Do you. Yeah, I know it's a cliche, right? Be you. Don't try to be anybody else, right? You can gain experience from other people. You can gain experience through mentoring. You can gain experience by watching. You can gain experience by reading about other people. But do not be a knockoff. God don't like that. Don't be a knockoff. Because knockoff will not get you on the stage of TED Talk. But your originality, you see that quirky self of yours, those things that other people might not like, might very well be what will get you on the platform. Those things that are unique about you, right? That's right. It made you to be me. No knockoff. That's right. They're not gonna. They know a knockoff, because it's a big, it's a big umbrella. It's a big organization, right? So if they hear a knockoff, they know a knockoff. So that you begin to, one of the things that I talked to them about was the fact that with your passion, it's important for you to master your passion. Can I say that again? It is important for you to master your passion. Until you master your passion, you will never manifest that passion. Crack the code moment right there. Crack the code moment. Until you master, you hear me? Until you master your passion, until you master your gifting, until you master your brilliance, I call it brilliance, until you master your area of brilliance, you will never manifest in it. The problem is many of us are trying to manifest in some areas and we haven't mastered the area yet. That is where our problem lies. We're trying to manifest, so we're forcing and we're beating against waves that is coming against us. But the truth is, when you master it, you automatically manifest it. You don't have to force it. You don't have to look for it. You don't have to find it. You don't have to fight your way through it. You just automatically be it. All right? And as you begin to manifest it, right, then you dominate. That is why you have influencers. There are people that are called, that God never creates a mistake. All creations are brilliant. Absolutely. Right? 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 Bam. That's right. Pow. Right? So when you begin to manifest, then you begin to dominate. Right? Right? You are never going to dominate what you have not manifested. Ooh, somebody needs to hear that. When you master your passion, then you manifest it. Bam. one point, right? Then after manifestation, you dominate it. When you dominate, you become an influencer in that area of brilliance, right? You become an influencer in that area of brilliance, so that when people are talking about vision, people look at me and say, "Oh, global vision, we know, right? Right? People start tagging you, your area of brilliance. They start tagging you as an expert in that area of brilliance. But you're not going to get to that expertise unless you manifest. Now, the problem now is some of us, I'm going to say it now, some of us want to dominate and we haven't even manifested it, right? Right? You want to dominate the writing area and you haven't written a book. But yet, you're telling everybody you want to dominate that area. You want to be the greatest speaker the world has ever seen. But you haven't even manifested it. And you suddenly haven't mastered that area. And so, how do you dominate? Right? That's right. Manifest, and that's right. How do you dominate when you haven't manifested? Right? So that is the problem that many of us are facing. We are trying to dominate something. We're coming on social media. We're coming on these platforms. We're coming on Periscope, coming on Facebook Live and whatever, trying to dominate what we haven't even manifested yet. Right? So there's a process to this. There's a process. If you want to be on TED Talk, there's a process, right? First, you need to master your hold. Master, hone it, perfect it. Master your brilliance. And when you master your brilliance, opportunities will open. Saudi Arabia, I didn't ask for it. It came and found me. While I'm in Saudi Arabia right now, 2 weeks ago, I was on a London radio show, major national radio show, having an interview. He found me. They just called me and said, "Princess, can you get on the radio show?" I was like, "Oh gosh, okay." And so I got on the radio show 2 weeks ago. Apparently, the response was so great, they repeated it again last Sunday. Okay? I didn't find it. He found me. He found me. And likewise, TED Talk found me. Are you hearing me? God used somebody that I was just, I was close to, not close, but, and God used that person. So that TED Talk found me. You hear me? That is why you have to be in the right place at the right time. Right? That is why you have to understand the season that you're in. You have to understand it so that you're not forcing yourself, trying to make something that is not the season happen. So, but if you know your season, you're not trying to walk against the grain, against the waves, because it's not your season to write, but yes, you're trying to write, and it's not your season to write. So you've got to understand the season that you're in. Bam. Understand the season you're in. Know your season. And as you know your season, right? Because for me, when I relocated here in Saudi Arabia, I began to see the insides of my business back in America. And I saw some things that were not good about it. And now I'm just plucking. I'm plucking things out. And things are falling. People are falling off of me. I'm telling you, there are so many people that I had in my life when I was in America. Everybody just falling at me. People are just falling just falling out. Some of them think it's time for them to go. Okay. Some of them, it's actually time to go. Okay. Some of them, it's not time to go, but they want to go. Okay. But it's all good. It's all good. Right? So you've got to understand the season. I don't even know what's next for me now. Frankly, I don't know what's next for me. And on the campus that I'm at right now, the foundation chair trusts me so much. Trust me so much that when she's away, she hands over the whole foundation and tells me, "Oh, supervise, bye." Right now she's away. She's like, "Okay, Dr. Hancock, supervise, bye." You do it. You supervise, bye. And she's gone for 3 days, 4 days, and she's just gone. Right? She's just gone. And I'm in the middle of, contracts right now, and frankly, I don't think, they want me to renew, right? But I know my season, right? I know my season. Yeah, I would say that because, some of them might see this. I know my season, whatever. I know my season, right? I know my season. And when my season is up, I've learned that when my season is up, I better shift quick. Otherwise, if I stay one more day, I'm going to be in trouble. If I stay one more day, I'll be in trouble. So I know my season. I came here for a season. I came here to understand what it means to go global with my business, right? As a consultant, as somebody who is a writer, right? As somebody who wants a business, right? Who wants a course, online course business. I wanted to understand all these things. I wanted to understand what role, I go all over the world and speak, but it's different from when you're actually living there. Right? When you're speaking, you go there 4 days there, 2 days there, bam, you go back to the US. But right here, I'm actually living in Saudi Arabia, really ingrained myself in there, understanding the culture, understanding what it means to live in Middle East, just understanding the whole process. So that is it's different. So I'm going to wrap up and leave it because it's 12:30 a.m. here right now. 12:30, almost 1 o'clock. So I need to sleep because I wake up again at 5 a.m. Right? Let me wrap this up. Understand your season. Number one, bam. Understand your season. Number one. Number two, understand that God has created you as an original. So quit being a knockoff. If you're a knockoff, that's not what God wants. Number two. Number three, put TEDx on your bucket list. Hey, Janice, put TEDx on your bucket list because it's such an incredible experience that I don't have words for. Put it in your bucket list. Number four, because it's in your bucket list, which means now you need to begin to master your brilliance. Okay? You need to begin. Number four, master your brilliance. It's time to, if once you put it on your bucket list, just don't put it and be looking at it. You have to take action. And the way you take action, right, is mastering your brilliance. Don't spend time running after things, but spend more time in mastering. If you are a writer, spend more time in mastering. If you are a master storyteller, spend more time in understanding what storytelling is about. If you are a consultant, spend more time understanding what it means to be a consultant. Whatever business that you're in or whatever career that you're in, that you're trying to push forward, spend time mastering it. Oh, amen, amen. Hey, Baba Lewis. Hey, Baba, you showed up. Hey, Baba, you showed up. Welcome, Baba, welcome. Right? So spend time mastering your brilliance. Then, right? Oh, I'm fine, Baba. Missed you. Mama, I was on your WhatsApp last night. I was trying to get you, Mama, on WhatsApp, and I couldn't get you. I was trying to get you on WhatsApp. All right? So, spend time mastering your brilliance. And understand that as you begin to master, how do you master your brilliance? You take time. You take time to understand it. If you have to get yourself a mentor, get yourself a mentor. Quit being cheap. All right? Don't be cheap. All right? Don't be cheap on yourself. Get yourself a mentor. Read some books. Do whatever you need to do in your area of brilliance. So, discover your area of brilliance. What is your area of brilliance? Is it writing? What is your area of brilliance? Find it. Master it. Thank you for inviting your followers, Mama. Find it. Master it. Right? Right? And then understand. That's right. You need advice. So you find a mentor. Right? Don't be cheap on yourself. Many of you just think that you can't hire a mentor because you want to hold your money tight. Well, go ahead and hold your money tight. But mentoring is not an option. It is a necessity. You hear me? Mentoring. You see Mama over there? Mm-hmm. She a mentor. Mama is a cool mentor. All right? Mentoring is not an option. It is a necessity. Yes, we do. we wear, well, we don't have one mind, but we wear, right? Ooh, I like that. KnockOffs don't have a mentor. Ooh. Yes, because all they do is go around knocking off people, stripping people of ideas. That's what KnockOff do. But successful people have mentors. Successful people have mentors. Mama is one of my mentors there. That woman there, she a mentor, and she a cool one, right? Not yet. Women can't drive yet. Men can't drive in Saudi yet. All right. So mentoring, make it a part of you. All right. Make it a part of who you are. Mentorship is incredible. You've got to say to yourself, this is something that I cannot do without. It's something I have to have. So that is one of the ways that you master your area of brilliance, right? And when you're mastering your area of brilliance, be open to suggestions, be open to recommendations. Some of us, we feel so hurt when somebody's telling you you are doing the wrong thing and you feel hurt. I mean, if you're always feeling hurt all the time, you're never going to learn, right? Oh, thank you, Mama. Thank you. You're never going to learn, right? And so you are, Mama. So are you, right? You're never going to learn. Everybody follow Mama Louise there. She's a great one. So you can't be so testy about things. You have to be open for people to teach you, to learn, and tell you, okay, you're doing this right, you're not doing this right. Okay, so as you master, right? Oh, thank you. So as you master your area of brilliance, all of a sudden, you will start to manifest. Here's how you know that you start to manifest. People will start to recognize you. They will start to recognize you. All of a sudden, doors that you went knocking at will open, and you didn't even knock, and the door will open, right? All of a sudden, you'll be somewhere, and people will just drop nuggets in your lap, and it's like, oh, I wasn't looking for that, but thank you, right? This is how you know that you begin to master, that you have already mastered your stuff, right? And so you begin to manifest, and as you manifest it, the next step is you dominate. You dominate that area of influence. And when you dominate it, then people start calling you an influencer. You're not calling yourself that. People will just say, oh, do you know she's an influencer in this area? Oh, yeah, she's an expert in this area. The TV people will call you because they know you're an expert in this. The radio will call you because they know you're an expert. People call me for vision. They call me. That's what they call me. They always call me for vision. Even on radio show, when they call me, Dr. Hancock, can you come and speak on vision? When people invite me on their summit, they say, oh, can you come and talk on vision? How? Right? All the awards that I've won is about writing and vision. All of the awards, African Oscars, all the awards that I've won is about writing, right? It's about writing. So you start to dominate, and when you start to dominate, then, right? Without vision, people die. Bam, right? So you dominate. As you begin to dominate, thank you for joining me again, Mama. As you begin to dominate it, then you start getting dispatched to the world. Yesterday, I told them about something on the platform. I said, I was manufactured in Africa. I was assembled in America. And now I'm dispatched to the world. One event can change your life forever. That's how I ended my speech yesterday. One event can change your life forever. Make this event the event that changes your life forever. So make this platform that we're in, this thing that we're talking about, this session that we're having, make it an event that will change your life forever. Mr. Relentless, make this an event that will change your life forever. March 14th, 2018. You are right here on this broadcast, the Princess of Suburbia channel. You're right here. Make this the event that would change things forever for you. Forever for you. Right? Make it an event. I'm not. Make it an event that will change things for you forever. If you look at all the things I taught you tonight, go back. Go back. When we're done, I want you to go back on this. Do another replay of it. Do your notes. Jot down the steps that I gave you and hone those steps and begin to apply those steps. You will see a difference. You will see things will change for you. Things will change for you. But remember, you've got to master it. There's no other way but you mastering, because that's, in fact, that's, can I be your mentor? Oh my God. Yes, I can, but I have to know what you need mentoring for. Write me at Storyteller Bistro. All right, storytellerbistro.com. All right. So, well, I hope I've been able to bless you. Do you have questions for me? Questions, and then I wrap it up and I go. Any questions? Do you have any questions for me? Q&A session. Mama, thank you so much for coming in tonight. I really appreciate you. Mr. Relentless, Jessica, thank you all so much for coming. If you have questions, throw it out there. Right now, right? I love UAE. Yeah. What's your question? What's your question, babe? What's your question? Right now, I'm running a campaign, and the campaign is this is my 21st year, right? This is my 21st year of being a published author. What is your question, honey? Apostle, I'm sorry, my eyes, I don't have good eyes, right? I don't have good eyes. Okay, so do you apply for TEDx online, and where was it? I did not apply, right? I was nominated. So somebody else nominated me, okay? Of course, you can nominate yourself, right? But I think it's always good for you to find somebody to nominate you. I think so. So somebody else nominated me, and then I put in the application, right? Then I put in, what was your question, Apostle? Then I put in the application. So I would Mr. Relentless, maybe we can talk behind the scenes, but I would find somebody to nominate you first, right? But you can work with that person in what they write, right? So if you go on their website and you grab the application there, then you can work with somebody who will nominate you, so that because you want them to say the right thing, right? The topic has to be well crafted, because what you think they need might not be what they need, right? Right? Thank you, Jessica. I appreciate that. Are you a believer? I'm a believer. Yes, yeah, just one. You don't want too many people nominating you, otherwise. I think if too many people nominate you at the same time too, that can cancel the whole thing for you. So you don't want that. Just one is enough. But that one has to be strong, right? Go back on this channel and watch the replay so that you can hear what I said about how I packaged my own. I read to you how I packaged mine, right? Where did you do your, here in Saudi, that's what I'm saying. Mr. Relentless, they nominated me in Saudi Arabia. I did mine yesterday in Saudi Arabia. Isn't that cool? Yeah, the first black face. So mine was a Guinness Book of Record experience, Mama. It was a Guinness Book of Record, the first black face, right? Yeah, that's God. The first black face, the first African American, the first princess on the platform here in Al-Hanjab, right? Isn't that something? It's so cool. And when I was trying to do it in America, it was a different thing, right? Because even with America, you have to figure out, thank you, Mama. You have to figure out where you have, because in America, they have different, if you go to Atlanta, all over, they have it, thank you, Mama. They have it all over, right? They have it all over. So you have to pick a place, like maybe start with your community, look for the one in your community, and try to find out more about them, study more about them, look at their website, see what it is that they need, right? Awesome topic, right? Yes, Mama. You've got to look and say, well, what do they need? Try and predict the themes, right? Oh, thank you. Thank you, my dear. I really appreciate that. So try and predict their themes, right? Start with your community. Now, let me say something about community. It depends on the community that you come from. Now, I don't mean to bash anybody, but the community that I come from in around that Tennessee area, this blackface, like I said, and they're not supposed to do that because this is a licensed brand. And they're supposed to be open to people in the community. But in my community, they will have about 20 people and one black person in that whole, and that is just wrong. If you ask me, that's just plain wrong. But that's what they did. And it's fine with me. But now, I even got something better because now I can say, right? The news can say the very first black African American princess to grace this, the stage, right? Argh, Saudi Arabia. So now it's even. I mean, the press release is even stronger now than if I did it in America, right? Yes, my dear. Yes. I have to go too because it's 1 a.m. here and I have 3 more hours to sleep and then I'm up. Right? God bless you, Mr. Relentless. Congratulations on your book again. And yes, we'll talk. So let's wrap up. All those steps that I've given, right? All those steps I've given, go back to the replay, watch it, eat it, write it, take notes, break it apart so that you can begin to journey towards your own TED Talk. All right? So thank you all for coming. My name is Dr. Princess Fumi Hancock. I have a book campaign going on, people. My 21st book. This year is my 21st year of being a published author. And so, consulting. And so I started a campaign, and the campaign is still on. Please go to bit.ly/Your Amazing Life Campaign. bit.ly/Your Amazing Life Campaign. Please go there, join my campaign. This is my 24th day of campaign. I have 30 days to do 500 pre-orders. I need the pre-orders because the pre-orders are going to help me to raise my babies. I have 55 children in Africa that I send to school yearly. I've been doing it for the last 12 years. And the last 12 years, I've had about a combined effort of maybe 500 children that I've sent to school. This year is 55. So I need your help. And me getting a pre-order on Your Amazing Life, that book, Your Amazing Life, is going to help me to send them to school this year. So please check out bit.ly/Your Amazing Life Campaign. Join me on this campaign. Pick a book for yourself. Pick a book for somebody in church. Pick a book for a child around you. The good thing about this book is that you can give it to a high schooler, you can give it to a grade schooler, you can give it to someone in college who don't know what their passion is. You can give it, you can even use it yourself, like, okay, let me make sure that I get this right. How do I live an amazing life? That's what the book is going to teach you. How to live it, how to sustain it, how to launch it, how to turn it into profit, how to discover it, how to ignite it. I mean, he's going to walk you through all the processes. So please go to bit.ly/Your Amazing Life Campaign. I want to see more people pre-ordering this because I have maybe 23 more days to go. And in 23 days, I have to have 500 pre-orders. I need all of your help. So if you've gotten value tonight, if you know that you've gotten value off of this screen tonight, and as you're watching replay, I want you to do that. Go to bit.ly/your. Oh, thank you, Mama. Oh, who's that? Oh, you see my eyes. Oh, Da Costa, thank you. Thank you so much. Yes. bit.ly/your amazing life campaign. bit.ly/your amazing life. Pre-order 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's a lot of bonuses there. So look at the bonuses. One of the bonuses, I'm going to sign it. So if you take that bonus, I'll sign it and then autograph it and send it to you. There are other bonuses. There are other special bonuses there for you. If you do 2, 3, 4, 5, there are other special bonuses for you. So please check it out. If there are no more questions, I'm going to wrap this up. Thank you all so much for coming. I turned on my WhatsApp and I will call right after this. Oh, Mama. Mama, yeah, because it was like, wait a minute, Mama, I'm trying to reach you, Mama, just to say hello, Mama. And it's like, come on, Mama, where are you? Oh, it's like, where are you? Oh, what's up, Mama? Yeah. So thank you all so much. Tomorrow is first day of my church homecoming. Woo, congratulations, my dear. Congratulations. That's awesome. That's awesome. That's awesome. God bless you. God bless you mightily. So thank you all so much for joining me tonight. Please do not forget, if you want to see a little bit about the TED Talk, go on my Instagram, Dr. Princess Fumi Hancock. Find me on Instagram. Go on my Facebook. I have little snippets of the experience so that you can at least gain some experience and understand it. There was an interview that I did with a young lady, the Saudi young lady that nominated me. She's on my Facebook too. I did that interview with her. And I think you will gain a lot just watching the two of us as the driver was driving us to the place, the things that we talked about. I think that would help you too. So thank you all so much. Good night and have a great day. Bye-bye, everybody. Mama, I'm going to call you, Mama. I'll call you.